They collapsed because empires, by their very nature, contain the seeds of their own destruction. Overextension, hubris, financial hollowing, military desperation, and the final, fatal stage, the stage where the empire can no longer tell the difference between strength and violence, that is stage 4, and that is exactly where America is right now.
Wait, for those who think Trump is losing the war in Iran, please think again and watch this video till the end. By attacking Iran, Trump is eliminating Iran's nuclear programs, strangling China's economic lifeblood, strategically isolating Russia, and promoting the Pax Americana. Donald Trump decided to launch overwhelming military operation against Iran based on 4 key objectives. Donald Trump's first objective is to eliminate Iran's nuclear program. Trump does not want an endless multi-decade war in the Middle East. He remembers the long history of past American military failures and has no interest in nation building. What he truly wants from Operation Apex Fury is the maximum leverage for corporate restructuring of the Middle East on terms written exclusively by Washington. His goals are hyper-transactional. He wants an ironclad 20-year absolute freeze on Iranian uranium enrichment, the physical dismantling of Iran's remaining long-range and hypersonic missile assembly plants, and the unconditional reopening of the Strait of Hormuz under the Western surveillance. He used the stunning January 2026 covert ouster of Nicolás Maduro in Venezuela as his operational concept. He truly believed that by decapitating Iran's senior leadership in the opening hour on the February 28th, the regime would collapse into internal chaos, allowing him to dictate a sweeping new memorandum of understanding. When Iran resisted and activated its decentralized ring of fire, Trump tried to break the asset until they have no choice but to sign his contract. For Donald Trump, the bombs are just a brutal tool to make the other side sign the paper. It is a simple message to Tehran: sign the contract or face total asset liquidation. Donald Trump's second objective is to strengthen the Pax Americana. Trump's obsession is the absolute restoration of the American strategic credibility, but frames entirely around his personal brand of strength. He wants the world to see him as the ultimate and predictable enforcer who cannot be neutralized by conventional diplomatic red lines. He wants the global community, friends and adversaries alike, to understand that the old eras of cautious multilateral containment is dead. By bypassing Congress, ignoring regional pleas from the Gulf Cooperation Council, and launching overwhelming strikes, Trump is broadcasting a calculated message of rational irrationalities. He wants the world to see a leader who will ruthlessly protect American economic corridors, maritime lines, ensure that any state acting as a regional spoiler will face instant structural destruction. He demands to be viewed as a man who re-established Pax Americana not through endless wars, but through sudden, terrifyingly efficient application of maximum military force. Donald Trump's third objective is to strangle China's economic lifeblood. To see the truly brilliance of this plan, you have to look thousands of miles away from the Middle East, straight at the factories of Beijing. Great powers frequently use smaller local wars to strangle their bigger global rivals. By targeting Iran's core ports and enforcing a ruthless naval blockade in the Gulf, Trump is aiming a direct, devastating blows at China's economic lifeblood. China is the world's largest importer of crude oil, and a massive percentage of its daily industrial energy must travel directly through the Middle East shipping lanes that Iran has now closed. By cutting off the supply, Trump has effectively placed a strategic nose around China's industrial supply chain. As global oil prices skyrocket and maritime insurance costs climb, Beijing is facing massive internal economic pressure and inflation. Trump wants the Chinese leadership to realize a brutal truth. Their economic survival depends entirely on America's willingness to keep global sea lanes open. He is using the distraction of Iran's economy as a massive leverage to substance China's posture in global trade wars, proving that Washington holds the power to shut down China's energy tap at a moment's notice. Donald Trump's fourth objective is to strategically isolate Russia. Finally, let's look at the northern mountain of Europe to see how this war alters the balance of power against Russia. When a vice commander strikes the thousand house, his true focus is often on neutralizing the northern fortress. Trump is executing a classic strategy to completely sever the dangerous alliance connecting Moscow and Tehran. For many years, Russia and Iran have formed a deep cooperative partnership. They have shared advanced technology, exchanged heavy military hardware, and built secret financial networks to bypass Western trade sanctions. By launching a sudden, overwhelming air campaign to systematically dismantle Iran's conventional military command structures, Trump is leaving Russia strategically isolated. He calculates that by breaking Iran, he will instantly try up Russia's primary source of cheap, asymmetric battlefield weapons. He wants the leadership in Moscow to look at the burning military bases in Iran and realize that their key partner can no longer help them. By changing the balance of power in the Middle East, Trump is exhausting Russia's global option, aiming to force them into a corner where they must negotiate an end to the conflict in Europe entirely on Washington terms. When you add up all these pieces of puzzle, the truth becomes undeniable. Donald Trump is not looking for an endless, messy land war in the Middle East. He is running a masterclass in high leverage, transactional global pressure. By striking Iran so hard, he is sending an unmistakable warning to the entire world. He is reshaping the global order to ensure that the US dictates the final terms of international trade and security. He is using this conflict to leave China economically vulnerable, Russia strategically isolated, and the Iranian regime completely defenseless. Thank you for watching. Drop your analytical thought in the comment below and hit the subscribe and see you in the next video.